Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. This is the Big Girl Diary. How are you? How are you? How are you? I gotta tell you, I got a good one for you today. Just when you think the two people, the two friends, can't mess up, they mess up together. Oh man, it has been an interesting weekend. But it also has been an interesting week. We're going to talk about Amber Heard. We're going to talk about Marilyn Manson. I got a little info on that. And on my other channel, I'm going to talk about Donald Trump. Oh, it is getting real. It is getting real with Donald Trump. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But that's for my other channel, unless if you want me to talk about it. But let me go ahead and I'm got to put my banner up. It is something. It is something. It is just so wild. So the word on the street. The word on the street is this: recognizes recognizes U.S. law, but it doesn't enforce it. Sad but true. Sad but true. Now, interestingly enough, Eve Bartlow, her friend, invites her to Israel. Yes, she does. And Amber goes. I mean, get a chance to get out of the country where, let's say, majority of the people hate you on on so many different levels. So many different levels. Don't like you because you lied. Don't like you because you promised money to sick children and didn't do it. That is low. That is so dirty. That is so dirty. That's my opinion. Then you get up on stage and you say you were abused. Turned out you were the abuser. So people are mad at you about that. Heck, the whole world is mad at you. I mean, you could mess up big time, but two people want you. The guy over in Saudi Arabia who offered to marry you, and I did a video saying you better take it. Eve Bartlow, allegedly. Eve Bartlow married Amber Heard. Now, we don't know whether if they're truly married because someone who was over in Australia took pictures. And I gotta say, that's gutsy. Going to Australia, getting married because you can't get married over in Israel, but you can go someplace else and go back to Israel married, and then they'll recognize it. They just won't perform the marriages. Okay. Interestingly enough, somebody took some pictures. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Interesting. Now, Eve Bartlow is either a good friend or she doesn't believe you're going to do what you did to everyone else. You put your hands on Elon Musk. He's walking around with a black eye. Johnny Depp. He walked around with a black eye. One of your wife, Van um Van Ree, you roughed her up. I mean, you just she allegedly, and this is all allegedly rough all these people up. So Eve, I don't know if you think that you're going to be able to sidestep that stuff. She got a lot of pent up rah. Okay? But she decided to take you on. Let me keep you from that $10 million judgment. Now, here's the interesting part. What if Eve gets tired of the abuse and decides, okay, well, I'm not protecting you anymore. You go deal with your ex-husband. You go deal with Australia. And now England. So you're wanted in one country. They're looking to prosecute you. They're still investigating. I don't know why, because you lied on that. Now you got some barristers over there in England is ready trying to reopen the case against the son. And there you got Rupert Murdoch's nephew and Elon Musk that happened to been on the board of the sun, and he was on the board of Tesla. Just sort of scratch your back, I scratch mine, because you were scratching Elon's back. So they got that. Very interesting, very interesting. You get yourself into some interesting positions now. Oh man, Amber, you could get yourself in some big ones. But now, even though that Israel does recognize U.S. law and they're not going to prosecute, now wouldn't it be interesting if Johnny, because he's getting all this money, oh man, he made Dior's Savage $1 billion. He got a nice chunk out of that. He can go over to Israel and sue you there. At least I would. I would. I would go over to Israel and sue you over there. Sue you quick. You owe me $10 million. You think you're gonna up and nah? You're gonna pay me my money. Amber, you're gonna pay me my money. But that's me. Yeah. So the E Bartlow. I don't know if they're married or not, but hey, that right there's the word on the street, and I think it's quite interesting. But Amber's behavior is too out there. Her behavior is too wild and too out there. And not to mention, now, yeah, the baby is over there. And there are some people suggesting that that's not Amber's baby, it's a rent a baby. No birth certificate, no nothing. Who knew? Who knew there's a market for renting a baby? Oh man, this is wild. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up. Oh my goodness, you can't make this stuff up. You just can't. Now, the next thing. Now, I talked about Israel and U.S. law. Now this is very true. I'm going to go back some years. In D.C., there was this boy, this Jewish boy, and I believe it was Gaithersburg, Maryland. Whatever happened, a fight led into this boy killing another boy. They both went to school together. And I think he had a sister and another brother. But the father booked a flight, him and his son booked a flight to Israel and stayed there. And he was able, and the boy that killed the other boy was able to get Israeli citizenship immediately because his father was from Israel. So, so I get why Amber is doing what she's doing now. She can't get Israeli citizenship because she's not an Israeli citizen. But if she were to able to get married and then convert over, then that right there's a possibility. I'm no expert on Israeli law, but so I mean, there's just so many interesting things, so many interesting things. It's just wow. Okay. Now, Amber's doing everything she can to keep from paying this money. And one thing is that I know that she can't she can't file for bankruptcy because she has not malicious. Oh my goodness. I can't think of the word right now. When I end the podcast, that's what I'm going to remember it. If somebody can help me out here, please put something in the chat and help me out because I can't remember the word. Not malicious. Oh my goodness, I can't remember. So she can't file for bankruptcy on that. Now she has her travelers insurance companies. The two of them are suing each other because the one woman from travelers insurance sat there. If you look, go back on the trial, the Amber Heard trial, you're going to see a blonde head woman sitting in the back taking notes. Oh yeah, now they're suing each other, and now they're going after Amber. The web she has woven for herself, she got caught in her own web. So by her upping and leaving, it makes sense. But Johnny has, if I'm correct, he has 7 years. 7 years, and then if she doesn't pay up, and the way Virginia is, Virginia doesn't play. Virginia will start going after your assets. If you got $2.50 on a smart trip card, and a smart trip card is where you use that to get on the bus and also on the train, they would take that from you. You owe that. Virginia don't play. And I gotta say, Johnny was smart for doing that. Yeah, Virginia, they will break you down, hold your assets, all of that. If you have a zero, you're gonna have less than zero fooling around with Virginia. Nobody messes with Virginia, and if you do, you are stupid. Maryland, they don't play either. That's stupid also. Yeah, so then her going there to Israel, it does make sense. But these states, they want their money. They want their money. Okay, and Johnny wants his money too. Now, here is the interesting one. Now, I said I was going to keep up, and Marilyn Manson had his court date on the 18th, so I did my due diligence. And I looked on the site and I saw that there was a continuance. Not on Marilyn Manson's side, no. It was on the Evan Rachel Wood and the Ilma Gord side. They called for a continuance. Continue what? Continue all that foolishness that you're trying to stall? Look, you can't stop the inevitable. He's going to have that court date. He's going to have his day in court. He's going to be vindicated. All these wild, outlandish entitlement that you afforded yourself. And I'm talking specifically about Evan Rachel Wood. Being an actress ever since she was 5 years old, it just gives her some type of entitlement, and the way she behaves is so. I mean, how do you go to the court and say, "Well, I got to find that. I should have had a screenshot. Actually, I do, but I don't know where it is." But she told the court, "Look, believe my evidence. Do not believe Marilyn Manson's evidence. His evidence means little to nothing." Okay, leave that over there. But what I say is the truth. And if you look at my documentary, you'll see you'll see that this is what he did to me. And if you go to Congress and look at what I said, that is evidence. It's evidence because I say so. Oh, the entitlement. Oh my goodness. If there were a Richter scale on entitlementness, it's not a word, but it is today. Entitlementness, she would be all the way over there. I mean, it's just outrageous. It just simply is wild. It's wild, it's wild, it's wild. But on the 18th, it was continued. And I could only imagine, only speculate. But I think that maybe she just realized she came out of her delusions like, oh, smack. This is for real. I thought I was playing a role. And Ilma Gore, she's not helping me out as I thought she would. I mean, she's supposed to love me. She did all this for me, for me. She did all that for me. Yeah, she did. And she's getting sued right along with you. With you. I do on some level feel bad for Ilma. I do. I do because she, like what people do, they get in a relation. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I had to put that on pause. It's like what people do. They fall in love, and next thing you know, they're telling all these horrible things about the person that they're with. Oh, yeah, Marilyn is awful. He was abusive. And allegedly, he beat me on Saturday. And allegedly, the following Monday, he made me feel bad. And he was emotionally abusive because I took the car and I rammed it down the well, and he was so upset he yelled at me, and he's emotionally abusive because he yelled at me. And then on that Friday, um he he psychologically abused me because I saw him. He was high, and he was allegedly high, and he was running down the street streaking his neighbor. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that is so wild. But And so Ilma's like, oh, well, we need to get him. We're gonna teach him a lesson because Evan Rachel Wood, we're together and I love you and I'm gonna give you my entire all. You got all of my attention. Anything you need, I'm tech savvy. I mean, I can do social media. We can do all this stuff. Oh, you want to do a documentary? I got your back. I'll help you. And now Elma's getting sued right along with her. You can't make this stuff up. You just can't make this stuff up. I mean, it is. I mean, if you go back and think in your days, however old you are, or even where you are, and please tell me, where are you? You're with somebody, and they break up, and then you are the rebound person, and then they start saying all these things about the ex, how they were like this, and you're just eating it up, and your face is all tight like that person did that to the person that I love. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna give that person the worst look and don't even know their side of the story. Because you only know the one side. Everybody knows there are two sides to the story. There is the victim and there's the protagonist. There's the antagonist and the protagonist. And the protagonist is normally the antagonist, and the antagonist is normally the protagonist. That's how it normally goes. It normally goes like that. And if you were to think about it, I'm going to deviate a little bit to make my point. We all have that one person that gets with the always go after bad boys or bad girls. Okay, I had a friend that used to live in my building. He was always going to the strip clubs. He'd go to strip clubs and see this woman just swinging around on a pole like, oh, she is wife material. Oh, I could put $10. She can give me a lap dance, all this other stuff. Then when he decides, oh, I want to get with her, make her my girlfriend, and oh, we're going to live happily ever after. No. And then when she's doing what she did at the strip club, because that's where he found her, in the strip club. Next thing you know, they break up. Oh, she's some trash. She did this, she did that. Well, where'd you meet? At the strip club. Well, what did you expect? But you're only telling your side. Oh, she did that. But you're not allowing her to tell her side. Were you a walk in the park? I guarantee not. It's my 2 cents. But we always, not we always, but we have been in that position to where we either wronged someone or we got wronged. And then when we're telling the story, we're telling how it affected us but we're not including the other side. That's what normally happens. Sad but true. Sad but true. But Amber, so not Amber. I'm sorry. So Ilma is probably eating all that up and not realized. And I'm trying. I'm not saying that Ilma is innocent. No. Anytime when you steal your twin sister identity, oh my god. Anytime whenever you impersonate your twin sister, what is so easy to do, and those twins. Oh my goodness. I'm not saying all of them have issues, but in my days working in a high school, there was this two sets of twins. The one, the one twin, twin girls and twin boys. The twin girls, there was always one. The one twin girl, she was a troublemaker. Oh my goodness, she would start trouble and then sort of lean it on her sister, and then her sister would get into a fight with some. I had nothing to do with, it. And next thing you know, they're over there fighting until her sister was like, "I'm tired of it." She dyed her hair, and then her sister caught everything what she was going to get. She got. She dyed her hair, cut her hair, do things differently. And Ilma's just that one twin, and Ilma takes it to the umpteenth level of, oh goodness, that's awful. So I'm not saying that she's an innocent person. No, no, she's guilty as sin. But for this one, that's only what I think. That's only what I think. Now, uh, if you would like to, let's say, if you want to call in or come up and give your thought on this situation, we talked about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. Amber Heard trying to escape her bills. On the 18th, there was the motion for oh my goodness. Okay, I'm sorry. Then you have the motion on the 18th of the pre limited discovery that happened on the 18th of August, and that was continued on the defense side. So I could only imagine it was. We don't know exactly who, but I'm going to find out who. What was the continuance about? I have to wait for them to put that paperwork in so I can keep up with it. Okay, and if you want to call in or come up, and that would be great. And then you could open mic. You could talk about whatever you want. I don't know about you, but to me, Amber Heard and Donald Trump have a lot in common in one aspect, and that's paying their bills. What Donald Trump is going through, he could not get any high end law firm. They didn't pay them. He had to go. Who's somebody please tell me what law firm he used. What law firm did he use? It wasn't Gucci Man's lawyer. Oh no, somebody bigger than that. It wasn't Jay-Z's lawyer. I can't remember. I can't remember which one, but it was some rapper's law firm that Donald Trump had to use. Now he don't pay people, and people are like, nope, don't want to deal with you. You don't pay. Somebody has to defend him. He's lucky he didn't get a public defender. And now Amber Heard, she don't pay her bills. I mean, she's still waiting on the ACLU to send that money in. She stiffed up the children's hospital. I can't remember what children's fund, and then another one. I'm going to donate this money. She donated zero. She didn't pay anything, but Elon Musk and Johnny. I can't. I don't even know what she was saying in these men's ears. What was she saying to them to get them to do the wild stuff they did? Now, yes, there's a lot out there showing that she does these kink parties for tech billionaires, and I read it on Reddit and other sources. There's more coming out about Amber Heard and her not so wholesome ways. I'll put it like that. I'm pretty sure her father is not happy at all learning that about his daughter. Any father would just be beyond like, oh my God, my daughter did that. Oh my God, there are pictures. Oh my, horrifying. I'm just more horrified. Just imagine her father finding out that his daughter is doing this stuff, and everybody knows about it. Everybody sees the pictures. I could only imagine what's going through his head. Just like a father finds out for the first time that his daughter's a stripper. Oh, and she also was a stripper too. Just imagine. Just imagine that. So between the two of them having the same thing, they don't pay their bills. So if you would like to call in, that's the number. Call in 202-292-7538. Go ahead and call in. Or if not, come up and tell me what your thoughts are on Amber Heard, Donald Trump, Marilyn Manson having his case postponed due to the defense side. I wasn't able to get into the deep reasons why, but that will come out. So if you want to come on up and give your piece, call up or come up on StreamYard. The come up on StreamYard, and the code is right there. But it's something. Amber Heard is over there in Israel, and allegedly, possibly, who knows that she married Eve Barlow to go to Israel. Who knows? I have to plug in my computer. Okay. Who knows? So you want to call in, or you can come on up. Now, a little bit I'm going to talk about on my other channel that I thought was quite interesting is Donald Trump getting raided. Hey, Judy B, how you doing? Okay, okay. I'm talking about Marilyn Manson. His court case was continued. It was the defense continued. I guess maybe Evan Rachel Wood realized that she sort of came out of her delusion long enough to realize, oh, I'm in deep doo doo. I'm in deep doo doo. I can't be entitled to the point I'm not even cognizant of what's going on. I never thought about that. I never thought about that. Maybe something. You know, I think you're right. And this is because I remember during the trial, Amber Heard trial, when her sister got up there, she said that she was Amber Heard, her sister, her father, and somebody else got on a jet to go on over to where Johnny was because he was filming, and she said that they were on there doing drugs. Now, if anybody doesn't want their parent to know that they're doing drugs, one of the last things they would do is do it in front of their parent. So I think maybe you're onto something there. I didn't even consider that. Thank you, Judy. I didn't even consider that. Does he care? So, Judy, what are your thoughts about the Marilyn Manson case, the continuance? Do you think that not only to Judy but anybody, do you think that Marilyn Manson's case, or Evan Rachel Wood, or even Ilma Gore, just sort of try to slow the case down? I mean, I think so. I think that they are coming up with everything in the kitchen sink to slow this case down, because Marilyn Manson has a, oh my goodness, Marilyn Manson, you think 10 million, I think 10 million, what they did was beyond comprehension. Oh, okay. Well, since you haven't followed it closely, let me go ahead and give you a quick rundown. Marilyn Manson apparently has been a ladies' man for a long time. Um, no, I'm going to leave. Okay. Esme back in the '90s was married. She was over there in England. You can't make this stuff up. This right here just makes women look bad. She was over there in the UK, and she was able, or somehow they were able to get in contact because he was promoting his music video, and he was looking for people to be in it. So Ashley Waters and Esme Bianco made some kind of arrangement to where they were to meet. I can't remember where exactly, but it was over there in Europe, because Marilyn Manson either was going to some kind of what is it called? Oh man, it's here, but it's not coming out here. He was he went to some kind of art gallery. It's either was an art gallery that he was promoting, or for a friend or whatever. So she goes over there, meets with him. The first thing she does is she jumps into bed with him. Keep in mind, Esme's married. She will not talk about her first marriage. She doesn't talk about it. That man doesn't exist. I could only imagine the stuff that he would say about her. So they were dating, and he's like, okay, I'm done. So Evan Rachel Wood and Marilyn Manson has been going back and forth over years. So Evan Rachel Wood got the ring, got proposed to, but it just didn't lead to marriage, not once but twice. So when Marilyn Manson does get married, he gets married to Lindsay that I found out he had a relationship with. He dated on and off about 10 years ago, and then he marries her. And Evan Rachel Wood, her face been tight ever since. I mean, to where she targeted Marilyn. Oh my goodness, Lindsay Manson or Lindsay Warner. So Evan Rachel Wood was supposed to be Evan Rachel Warner, or Mrs. Marilyn Manson, that she never achieved. And to me, this is simply my opinion. Her jealousy and her anger has no bounds to where it made her do all of this. So this, to me, in my opinion, is, well. Thank you, Rachel. And from France, how you doing? Wait a minute, Hassani. How do you say hello? In French? Yeah. Salut. Who? Salut. Salut. Did I say it right? Salut. Salut. Okay. Hi. so so Evan Evan Rachel Wood has been laser focused on just dismantling. Now, we all may know or have been or may know a person that is like Evan Rachel Wood. I mean, if she perceives and this is simply my opinion, just based on what she's doing, to be wrong, she's going to come after you and not looking at what she does. Now, Marilyn Manson said, "Oh well, Marilyn Manson. I remember him back in the '90s. Salute or bonjour, salute. I tried. Now, Marilyn Manson. He. I remember when he came out, and my brother was heavily into rock music and heavy metal and all that stuff. And when his friend Sam would come over, my mom would have the Bible saying, "You all are Satanists." Oh man! But when I knew him, he was a Satanist and all this other stuff. But that was his public image. That wasn't who he was. That was what he put out there as far as his music to draw people in. And at that time, you had Michael Myers, you had Friday the 13th, you had all this stuff, and he sort of capitalized on it and ran with it. Now, he said something to the effect that, "Oh, I'm going to chop off her head." He said on the interview, and she's like, "Whatever." But then turn around and use that. He said he was going to kill me, but you still turned around and accept his marriage proposal. Oh, my mom, she lives with me. She's 80. Ooh, a spitfire. Oh my goodness. But it's something. It's really something. And if you feel like you've been wronged, or you've been putting all this time into a marriage to get this guy to marry you, and he turns around and marries somebody else, oh, it's going to be on. You're going to think of any little thing, anything to get him, and that's what she's doing, in my opinion. I mean, go as far as going to Congress and saying that he did. Man, and I want to feel bad for that senator who bit the apple. She drank the Kool-Aid, and now she's having some serious problems, and it really hurt the Me Too movement. It hurt it bad. Amber Heard hurt it. Evan Rachel Wood put it on ICU. Wild, just some wild stuff. Just wild. But she's taken all that out not only on him, but now his wife. So now she's catching Cain. And Marilyn Manson, I think he did the right thing, and that was, don't speak about it, sue her. Mm, mm, mm. So what do you think? Anybody would like to call in, or let me see the number you can call in. Call in that number, or you can. Let me see. Let me put down okay, the code. So you can video. You don't necessarily have to show yourself if you choose not to. And please like, subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I am trying very hard to get there. Okay. So what are your thoughts on it? Um, what are your thoughts on it? Do you think Evan Rachel Wood is justified in doing what she's doing because she has a broken heart and using Ilma Gore to do her dirty? Oh man, poor Ilma. Do you think Amber Heard is running away from her responsibilities, and her and Donald Trump are not alike? And I thought it was wild. Oh my goodness, the way the feds went down to his house. I mean, if the feds, the FBI went down to his house and raided his place with guns. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Oh man. Donald Trump. You think Evan Rachel Wood is vengeful? Oh, he's gonna take it to a next level. Oh man, the FBI. And then he had his people down there um having gut look. Okay. I'm going to say something that's controversial. Those of you who know it's true, you know it's true. Just you know it's true. It's just a part of what America is. Now, okay, yeah, it is a big mess. Yep, yeah, it is. And in my opinion, I think that she took back the Me Too movement. Not only Me Too movement, but I think she set women's right about what 2,000 years. I mean, just set it back. Just set it back, and it's outrageous. And you have like I told a story about my friend. She was being physically abused by her boyfriend. I mean, he used to beat the slobber knocker. Oh man, I couldn't stand him. But he used to beat her. He would beat her. She had epilepsy, which made add an insult to injury, but he would beat her like a dude. And she couldn't defend herself. But then you have women like that. I can't believe Amber Heard got on the platform and said, "This happened to me and this happened to me." And Johnny Depp is walking around with black eyes and all that stuff. You can't make this stuff up. And set back to Me Too. I mean, set it back because women really are having issues. You got that dirtbag Harvey Weinstein. Oh my goodness. You have that man doing the horrible things he was doing and getting away with it. But I can't remember who it was. Some actress, singer. She kept at it. She didn't stop. She kept at it. He did this. He did this. He did this, and she had proof. She had proof he did it, and she continued until people listened. And then it started rolling. Then it was like women are like, oh, okay. And the one that I thought was Uma Thurman. Oh, what she said was priceless. She said to Hollywood, she said, as the knife goes in you, I hope it's a long twist, twist it real slow, and I hope it's painful. I hope it's painful. Oh man, it is. Okay. My Wi Fi is lagging big time. Oh man. But here's a wild part. It's going to, once I stop, it's going to go straight with no problem. Yeah, but there is so much going on. So much, so much, so much going on. And I haven't even gotten to other people yet. I've been sticking with Amber Heard and Evan Rachel Wood and Ilma Gore because they keep the wild stuff, but also you got other people. Oh my goodness! When I think of Jada Pickett Smith, oh man, I got a mm, mm, mm. Will Smith is so in love with that woman, so in love with her that it is outrageous. I mean, how she single-handedly in do I say embarrassed? Not embarrassed. It's so far beyond embarrassed. I mean, it's bad enough that people, Tupac used to punk him, and he had very little respect in the music industry, but he kept on doing his thing. But He does anything for Jada Pinkett Smith. Johnny Depp had enough sense to sidestep. I gotta sidestep the situation. Marilyn Manson was like, okay, I'm gonna sidestep this right here. I gotta, I'm not going down this road. I mean, I don't know if I'm what Evan Rachel would, or am I with her delusion? He didn't even know who he was with because she's so delusional. I mean, and that is that's dangerous. I mean, you're with a woman and she don't know what is real and what is fake. She's like in this. She don't. She don't know. And 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 this is just simply me saying this out loud. If you were somebody that delusional, and her brother came out and said she can't, Evan cannot distinguish with what is real and what is fake. And when she was with Marilyn Manson, did Marilyn Manson know that he was with Evan or her delusion? Wow, there is so many levels to that. I mean, just peeling that back. I mean, you could write several books, volumes on just that alone. That right there is, in my opinion, is wow. It's also scary because she could just pop out of her delusion and like, how did I get with you? It's like, matter of fact, a friend of mine told me, in my professional life, I had some friends, and and my one friend, she told me, she said that she was trying to help her friend. Her mother died, and then her father died, and then she just was in this deep, I don't know, depression or whatever you want to call it, and she was within it for at least about a good 2 or 3 years. And in the midst of that time, she got married. She married this man, had no idea that he was married to a woman in a deep delusion or a deep depression. Well, well, oh, okay, hold on, Judy. Let me finish this thought. I did not. Okay. Um, she one day woke up out of her delusion. She said, she told my friend that she got up, looked over, looked at the man that was in her bed. She got up, packed up her stuff, and left and divorced him. Wow. Wow. I could only imagine how long Evan was in that. Okay. How you doing, Gene? How you doing? Let me see. You said what? You can make a huge lift of people. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. You can. You can make a huge list from that. You can. And another one like that, Angelina Jolie. I think Angelina Jolie provided the blueprint. Uh, oh man, I mean, this stuff runs deep. I mean, this Hollywood stuff, it runs deep, and then you have the average person like me and you, because we're normal people, looking up in the ivory tower, thinking that that right there is something. No, 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 no. It's not. That is a bunch of craziness. Man, my Wi-Fi is lagging big time. It seems like everybody wants to get on Wi-Fi when I'm on it. Oh, thank you, Jean. Fine, fine, fine. We are great. We are great. And if I could just get my mother to listen to me, that would be even better. According to her, I'm still her baby, and I'm older than dirt and 5 years younger than mud. And what about all of you? How is your families doing? How are all of you doing? And where are you from? I am in DC, the DMV area, East Coast. Does she have any water? Does she have any water? Okay. Yeah, but it's something, So back to Marilyn Manson. Yeah, I really want to know why it was continued. I really want to know. I really want to know why it was continued. Why? So if anybody wants to come up, please come up, do so. And again, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm at 840. I am so close, and I cannot thank you all enough. My subscribers are just, you all are awesome. Giving me, like, no, that's not what it is. It's this. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me go ahead and look. And it's that. Uh, Queens Island in the north. The great. Queens, help me out here. Where's that? Queens Island? Queens Island. I'm like, Queens Island. This is the land big as day. Excuse me. They say reading is fundamental. Queens. That's Queensland. That's what, Canada. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you, Australia. I'm all the way over there. Okay, Angelina. Oh yeah, yeah. Angelina, she most definitely has some issues. Yeah, she was cutting and yeah, when she first came out with Girl Interrupted What Night Winona Judge, that right there just happened to be with Winona, I mean a Winona Judge, Winona Ryder. And that was supposed to be Winona's Ryder's breakout point, but Angelina just sort of like took it to the next step. But her father, John Voight, there is some wild stuff there. Oh my goodness, wild stuff there. Oh, and Gene, one of my favorite. Oh man, besides Keith Urban, I like him. Not Urban, Urban. One of my favorite bands was Men at Work back in the 80s. They still rock. I love them. From the Man from Down Under. Love them. Yeah, it's just this whole mess. I mean, oh, and then Angelina, she and I had to correct myself because I just considered Amber Heard. Yep, a one woman wrecking crew. No, Angelina Jolie again gave the blueprint. I mean, Laura Dern, after when she took Billy Bob Thornton from Laura Dern, she hasn't recovered from that yet. I mean, she's a one woman wrecking crew. There is not a marriage she didn't. Mm, allegedly, allegedly. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Just alleged, just a complete mess. Okay, my mother's coughing. I gotta go ahead and go attend to her. She refuses to listen to me. I'm gonna try to drag her to the hospital. Her cough is just getting too much. Okay, I thank you all for stopping by. Let me go attend to my mother. And thank you, thank you, my subscribers. That I cannot thank you enough. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And my internet is lagging. Thank you. Alrighty. Does she have water?
You're finally done? Huh?
Wait a minute, I gotta go get your grandma.